anybody know who these 11 people are? Those are the founders of Microsoft. And they decided to start a company in the software business in 1975. And this picture was taken in 1978, 3 years later, and there were only 11 people for the whole company, Microsoft. Software, what's that? Now, because this was the 1970s, if you read the names at the bottom there, you'll see there's 9 men and 2 women. But because since this was the 1970s, all 11 of them have decided to look like both men and women. Keep going. More. What to do? Keep going. You need patience and you need decisiveness. Those are your weapons in markets and economies like this. More. 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 Yes, more. I want to come to our asset allocation. Go ahead. More. More. One more. One more. More. Keep going, Sarah. Another one. One more. 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 Now, ladies and gentlemen, on your handout, if you will pick it up on page 23. 23. At the bottom on page 23, this is how we are currently positioned for a moderate investor. It says U.S. equity, 31%, 14% non-U.S. equity, including 4% emerging market equity, 24% in dollar or non-dollar bonds, 21% alternatives, and 10% cash. Now, Usuf mentioned in the introduction that there were very few places you could hide last year. But bonds, cash, gold, and inflation-protected securities protected this portfolio. And the market in the United States was down 38%. Emerging markets were down 55% or more. This portfolio was down 11%. Because of the diversification and having asset classes that do not act like, keep going. Now you see at the bottom there, and this would be on page 24 for you, page 24. You see on the top we have 8% in Europe, 2% in developed Asia, 4% in emerging markets versus a normal weighting of 2%. We have 0 in real estate. Hotels, shopping centers, office buildings, apartment buildings, no. For over a year, we've had 0. 4% in gold. Real assets means gold. 4% in managed futures. They went up 14% last year. The market was down 38%. They went up 14%. 7% in hedge funds, not 30%. And 6% in inflation-protected securities because we're worried about inflation even though we're in deflation. Keep going. These are some of my books. Go ahead. Keep going. More. 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 Okay, this is our last slide, ladies and gentlemen. And this slide says, as I have studied and learned more and more as the years go by, this is from the king of international investing. Mark Mobius learned everything from him. Sir John Templeton, died last year, age 96. What is he telling us about investing? As I have studied and learned more and more as the years go by, I'm increasingly of the opinion that the really important things are the unseen things. The really important things are the spiritual rather than the material. The really important things are not what happened to you, but how you react, respond, and grow from those things. What goes on inside your mind and heart is far more important than what happens outside. The real point of living, the reason why we're here, is to grow spiritually. Ladies and gentlemen, salam o alaikum, bohat shukriya.
Thank you very much, David.